Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Wellness with Linda. I'm Linda, and if you are new to this channel talks about topics ranging from health and fitness, motherhood, business, and all things wellness. And I would like to say thank you for all of you that have been supporting my channel. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of videos posted each Friday. Um, Before we get into today's topic, I just want to share with you real quick. For those of you who struggle with fitness or hitting your health goals, or you just don't like fitness or working out, I have an ebook to help you guys out. It's called The Proper Mindset for Health and Fitness, that will just help you to get motivated and determined, gives you tips what to do to get started, because sometimes a lot of things people struggle with is how to get started. So that will help you with that. And I'll put the information in the description box below. Um, so yeah, let's get into today's topic. Today is all about motherhood, and this video was inspired by my little sister recently became a first-time mom. So I am super excited being an auntie. The information that I'm going to share with you guys today, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I asked a group, a mommy group that I am in on Facebook. I asked them like, what are the things that advice of, what kind of advice they give to first time moms, or what they wish they knew. And I'm going to read off the comments that with what they think, the advice they would give. That way, this is not only going to be what I would give advice, but you give, comments from other moms. And there's like about, 20 responses that came from the post. So I really appreciate them, giving their opinion and their advice. So I'm going to be looking down at my phone to read out the comments from the other moms. So the first one is, and I'm not going to mention any names, it's going to be completely anonymous. So the first mother said, postpartum recovery, breastfeeding. I wish someone would have talked to me about the bad things too, like blues, hair loss, baby not latching well, drying up, formula struggles, back pain. Most people would only tell you all the wonderful things while pregnant. I understand we are a bit sensitive during that time, but I would have rather known all the details of all the possible things that can happen and what could help. Internet research can be a little overwhelming, which is true. There is a lot on the internet. How it's okay even after the whole she just had a baby wears off, to still be exhausted and need to nap when the toddler naps at 2 years old, coming from a mom whose toddler hates to sleep and is so difficult. Yes, even when they're toddlers, you really wish that your kids take a nap, because you need that break. The other mom said how overwhelming and overpowering the feeling of loneliness is after you have your first baby. You feel absolutely and utterly alone, but in truth, so many women feel the same exact way. In reality, we're not alone, so why is it so hard to get past that feeling? I guess that hit me the hardest after I left my career and stayed home with a newborn. Yes, it is very overwhelming, and it's okay to admit that you're overwhelmed and there's a lot going on. Babies need a lot of attention. Next one is how every piece of advice you hear contradicts another piece. So true. The importance of not being okay after your first, second, third, or 11th baby. Hormones are a witch, and that's okay. It's okay to ask or need help. Exactly. If you need help and somebody offers you help, take it. No matter what kind of help. If they're offering to like hold your baby while you take a nap, take it. Don't feel guilty and be like, oh, it's okay. If they're offering, that means they really want to help you. And I had to learn that too when I had my babies. um, that you know your baby better than anyone else, even doctors. If you think something is wrong, trust yourself and investigate. Um, I totally agree with this one, and a lot of people agreed with this comment because um, doctors are great, they know what they're doing, but motherly instincts are very strong too, and you're with your baby 24/7. So your motherly instincts kick in as soon as you see that baby. So something is wrong and you feel like something is wrong, even if the doctor says okay, look further into it. Sometimes it's just better to just be safe than sorry. Just because you cleared it 6 weeks for intimacy doesn't mean you have to do it. Listen to your body and move at a pace you are comfortable. You just push the human out. Be generous to yourself. I completely agree with this, and person replied to it saying 100% this. We feel the pressure of our partner sometimes and rush it up when we are not ready yet. And that is so true. A lot of women talk about this. A lot of moms talk about this. Doctors know what they're talking about, and they give you the go ahead by looking and examining your body and seeing that you're healed. But also, you know yourself better than your doctors and how you feel. If you are ready, don't rush it. And, have a talk with your significant other. That way, it doesn't feel like, you're pushing them away or you're disregarding or anything like that. Just let them know you're not ready, even if the doctor gave you the okay. So it's okay to just wait a little bit longer. Another one was like to feed them lots of different things when you start solids and for the first few years in general. I didn't know that with my first, but did read it with my second. They are only 19 months apart, and OMG, my older child is the pickiest eater in the whole world. Meal times are a nightmare, yet my second will eat anything. She doesn't like everything, but she will try anything and eats way more variety of food than my older child. Um, this was one of the things I also learned too before I had kids, because I was around a lot of moms because of church. And they always say that, let your kids try different things from like a baby onwards. That way they won't be as picky. And it's so true. Like, I would try my best to feed them different things, when they're on the solid stage. Feed them different things. They'll like some things and they won't like some things, but they'll be more open to trying new things when you do that. Our mom said it's okay to breastfeed or not. It's okay to have cloth diapers or disposable. It's okay not to baby wrap. It's okay to have pacifier or not. It's what makes you comfortable. What I wish I knew. Stretch marks go away. Don't freak out. You will never see your breasts in the same shape as before breastfeeding. Milk won't just come in. You need to work on your breasts and a regular postpartum feeding schedule. The last ones aren't for me, but my advice to friends. That is so true. I liked this comment so much because it's okay. Whatever you feel is comfortable for you, is good for you and the baby, do it. There's so many things out there. When I had my daughters, so many people were into cloth diapers, were into like all things organic, and then they're saying like disposable diapers bad for the environment and all that, which is true, but you have to do with what works for you, for your budget. There's a lot that goes into it. So don't just follow whatever trend is out there. Do whatever you feel is okay. My kids weren't really into pacifiers, but if your kids are, give them the pacifier, and take away the pacifier when the time is right, the way you feel. It's okay to get advice on how to do it, but do what you feel comfortable doing. Take lots of pictures, and document all the milestones so that as they get older, you remember it. It'll become such a blur because your kids go through so much, do so much, and for you to remember it all is very can be challenging. So some others said that. And then postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety Signs the husbands or partners can keep an eye out for in case mom doesn't realize she has it. How common it is for moms to have it and that you aren't alone and or going crazy. I suffered in silence for a long time and wish I knew then what I know now. um, Postpartum depression, and yes, is so common as a mom. And if you experience it, don't be ashamed to let your partner know, let a friend, close friend know, whoever that you're close to, let them know. Like if something is wrong, or if your doctor asks you, let them know. Don't think, something horrible is going to happen, or you're a bad mom, whatever. If you're having those type of thoughts or like bad thoughts, it's okay, it's normal. It's so common. Like I've heard so many moms who I know, who I thought, were like really strong. They're really strong women, but they went through postpartum depression, and it's so common. And my husband says that I went through it. He said that I probably was a little bit depressed when I had my son because there was a lot going on. Um, but it's okay. It's very common. Just let your partner know, whatever, and just get help. The one thing that I did not know before having our first and was completely wrong about is this. I thought we won't need any childcare help or paid services since my husband and I run our business from home. I naively thought that we can both continue to do our respective functions while a little angel crawls around the floor and explores toys. Was I wrong? Yeah. So, first time parents should absolutely expect that their work productivity will suffer tremendously. And if you don't have family members who are willing to partake, you better be able to afford paid childcare. It really does take a village to raise a child. My word of encouragement, even if your child's behavior, actions, habits, or demands seem totally unbearable and crazy, nothing lasts forever. They grow, evolve, and change. What feels like a major unresolvable crisis this week will become a distant memory in a month. So true. And it's so true about the whole, like, if you're a stay at home parent and you have kids at home with you, you need help. It's like dreamland if you think that your kids will stay out of the way while you work. No, you need somebody to take your kids, and designate a time where your kids are not around so you can get your work done, and then after that focus on your kid. You can't balance the two. It is impossible, even if you've got the best child, unless you have a child that loves to sleep and you work while they're sleeping. Otherwise, you will need a lot of help. So that is so true, and people don't say that enough. Prepare for perennial tearing during birth. It doesn't always happen, and you can't prevent 100%. But to research and prepare for any outcome. I always heard the horror stories of tearing, or moms who didn't tear at all. But when I got my 4th-degree tear, I didn't know it would actually change my life forever. So yeah, just be prepared for and even with C-sections, a lot of healing that goes into it. Prepare for that. Potentially having a C-section. Not everybody has, the natural birth where you push out the baby. I had 2 C-sections, and the recovery was challenging, but I made sure that I moved and all that stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it. And for me personally, I would be like, get help if you can. It does take a village to have kids. So if you know somebody, if you have family close to you, take advantage of that. It will really help you a lot. Especially if you are a working parent, it will really help you a lot, because you won't be able to get out of work every time there's a crisis or an emergency. So you need that help. I hope this advice will help you if you're a first-time mom, or if you're about to become a mom, or even if you have multiple kids. Every kid is different. That's another thing I learned, is that every kid is different. You can't discipline them the same way. You can't teach them the same way. And I'm learning that with my kids. They are so different. Their personalities are different. But it's a never ending job. But kids are such a huge blessing. So if you are a first time mom, congratulations. I hope this will help. If you know somebody who would need this information, who would like to hear something to help them out, make sure to share. And again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of new videos that come out every Friday. So I hope this was useful, and sorry that it was long. I didn't want it to be this long. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.